Skaði, the goddess of winter. Shortly after Idun's return from Thrymheim and Thiassi's death within the bounds of Asgard, the assembled gods were greatly surprised and dismayed to see Skaði, the giant's daughter, appear one day in their midst to demand satisfaction for her father's death. Although the daughter of an ugly old Hrimthurs, Skaði, the goddess of winter, was very beautiful indeed. In her silvery armor, with her glittering spear, sharp-pointed arrows, short white hunting dress, white fur leggings, and broad snowshoes, and the gods could not but recognize the justice of her claim. Wherefore they offered the usual fine and atonement. Skaði, however, was so angry that she at first refused this compromise, and sternly demanded a life for a life, until Loki, wishing to appease her wrath, and thinking that if he could only make her cold lips relax in a smile, the rest would be easy, began to play all manner of pranks. Fastening a goat to himself by an invisible cord, he went through a series of antics, which were reproduced by the goat, and the sight was so grotesque that all the gods fairly shouted with merriment, and even Skaði was forced to smile. Taking advantage of this softened mood, the gods pointed to the firmament, where her father's eyes glowed like radiant stars in the northern hemisphere. They told her that they had placed them there to show him all honor, and finally added that she might select as husband any of the gods present at the assembly, providing she were content to judge of their attractions by their naked feet. Blindfolded so that she could see only the feet of the gods standing in a circle around her, Skaði looked about her, and her gaze fell upon a pair of beautifully formed feet. She felt sure they must belong to Baldur, the god of light, whose bright face had charmed her, and she designated their owner as her choice. The bandage was removed, however. She discovered to her chagrin that she had chosen Niörd, to whom her troth was plighted. But, notwithstanding her disappointment, she spent a happy honeymoon in Asgard, where all seemed to delight in doing her honor. After this, Niörd took his bride home to Noatun, where the monotonous sound of the waves, the shrieking of gulls, and the cries of the seals so disturbed Skadi's slumbers that she finally declared it was quite impossible for her to remain there any longer, and she implored her husband to take her back to her native Thrymheim. Sleep could I not on my sea-strained couch, for screams of the sea-fowl there wakes me, when from the wave he comes every morning the mew. Norse Mythology, R.B. Anderson. Niörd, anxious to please his new wife, consented to take her to Thrymheim, and to dwell there with her 9 nights out of every 12, providing she would spend the remaining 3 with him at Noatun. But when he reached the mountain region, the sloughing of the wind in the pines, the thunder of the avalanches, the cracking of the ice, the roar of the waterfalls, and the howling of the wolves appeared to him as unbearable as the sounds of the sea had seemed to his wife, and he could not but rejoice each time when his period of exile was ended, and he found himself again at Noatun. Am weary of the mountains, not long was I there. Only 9 nights the howl of the wolves methought sounded ill to the song of the swans. Norse Mythology by R.B. Anderson. So that was Skaði, the goddess of winter, the 3rd section of Chapter 8 of Myths of the Norsemen by Helene A Guerber, Niörd. I will be working my way through this book section by section, and if there are any other public domain books that you would like for me to read, please leave a comment below. Did you enjoy this video? Then subscribe for more, and be sure to check me out on Facebook and Patreon. Thank you for listening, and have a lovely evening.